The mid game, we have a lot of mid game power here, and our late game is going to be very strong. We'll just completely outrange the Kalista later on. Forget about early. We're going to make it through. To be honest, in terms of like what outcome I would pick would be to have the tiebreaker. So then they get to have the direct match off.
Give some agency over to KT.
We are going to see a big dive here, it looks like.
Yeah. Aiming, just trying to dance around. Lucid just walks in. They want to kill the hens, and they will be able to do so. Beryl looking for a bailout here, not able to get it, but it's a double kill as DK just lock down this bottom lane and destroy it.
Yeah, Showmaker does have the flash there. That's going to be the first Mountain Dragon here, going over to Dplus.
Yeah, they are really coming out of the gate swinging, understanding that it is like 2-0 or bust, to be perfectly honest. A series against KT, at this point in time, I would not want to opt into that. That puts the red carpet down in the right spots. He wins lanes on this Rumble very effectively, and in fact, he wins games on this champion, the Nongshim. And he's right now making Xiu's life really hard. I really like this from Gideon, as the Ornhorn is going to sound. It does get the double knock-up, though, and the outplay is gorgeous! Bellow's Breath comes on through, but he's on the equalizer. And so he goes down, a little bit unfortunate, tried his very best, as now Lahen's kind of getting ignored here, as he is left underneath his turret. Calyx is fighting against Showmaker, but Showmaker getting the better end of it, throwing out the volley. Flash does have to come through, and Calyx
the wave is crashing. Xiu instantly has to ult, but now he's trapped in this position where in order to reactivate his ultimate, he has to stand on equalizer. The placement is perfect as Gideon is in trouble.
Oh dear. He's going to flash. Blast Cone is going to be there, but Showmaker is looking to pick him up. Is the seismic shove available? Yes, it is, but now he has to walk into the other rocks, and that is going to be the kill going over to Showmaker. And he gets the feats of warfare at the same.
Showmaker doesn't have his ult, but he doesn't necessarily need it here. Nongshim are just not able to get over here and contest, and that's going to be a 2-Drake lead here for Dplus. That Soul, we'll see what it's going to be.
It's
Cloud again.
Oh my goodness. It's not my birthday anymore. That was lost. Beryl doesn't find the handshake. You can see another dive is being set up.
Lucid is here, Showmaker's here. His ult's not ready, but I don't know if he needs it, honestly.
Oh, wind becomes lightning. Jiu going to try and get himself out of there. Showmaker comes on over, and he might take a consolation Lahen's, and that is absolutely going to be theirs. Fate's Call invested. They still do have, like, the Weaver's Wall wasn't even available. Yeah, no, they've got Hostile Takeover. It was only Fate's Call.
And Calyx gets control of this mid wave, but what does it mean? You know, there's no plates to get here. There's no value in this mid lane. Can deny some farm from Showmaker, but I think he likes the denial of the Senna more. Gideon will, as a jungler, win this one.
Yeah, Xiu is going to look to try and get this Ornhorn over the top, and it's not going to work out. Now Showmaker turns up, Lucid going to be there as well, but Gideon, he's just going to be able to create the decoy and get himself out of there. Oh, nice seismic shove there onto Calyx, who does steal a call of the Forge Guard.
I think that was a bit of an unforced error there from Xiu to try to go over and...
I think Xiu is just having a horrible time.
He's like, I want money, so maybe I'll go in the jungle, and yeah, no. When you show and you dive like that, that's where the enemy jungler is going to appear and try to make a cross map, and he just gave it over basically on a silver platter. And now we're looking for a hook.
Yeah, Lahen's finds the max range onto Beryl. He's going to flash. Throws down the hostile takeover here as Lahen's looking to try and stun off his teammates, but does not manage to do so. Teleport in from Calyx.
He has the Ornhorn, and there's no Renata ultimate anymore. This is a really nice setup here for the side of Nongshim for this Herald fight.
Yeah, Cole the Forge got advantage over to Nongshim. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
Well, in goes Lucid, looks for a little bit of an angle as Gideon. Warrior Trickster will be able to avoid any sort of engage. Another hook does come on through there as he equalizes a beautiful position. The Ram comes down as well, and my God, Lucid almost just dead. He gets bailed out, but I don't think they're getting a kill. As Xiu just trying to be a nuisance, and it does not work. Another one connects max range. He flashes away, and Lahen stays alive, but they don't quite have enough of the damage. And Xiu now just trying to run away, aiming. Oh dear, just needs a pierce to get himself in range, and that is a dead Senna. DK picking up the fact that Nongshim without equalizer don't necessarily have the deeps to get through them at this stage.
Yeah, no, down but not out in that fight for sure. So much used to kill Lucid. His Crescent Guard got insane value as Xiu has to put himself in harm's way to try to secure that kill, and in fact why he went down. Okay, Xiu just wants to farm.
Yeah, please, let Xiu at least get the experience for the cannon. And he does. He'll get a double knock up here as well, but that turret is really dead. Showmaker is going to try and bail out his top laner, though. Seismic shove goes wide, and Xiu is still going to go down. Showmaker, can you do it? You're in melee range against a Silas and a Rumble. The bailout's immediate. but it does not matter. He's still going to get put down, and Calix will be able to get that kill. A 2-for-1 is going to be the ensuing trade.
That's a different story, but he did not.
And DK was able to also get the Rift Herald, so that's also a big deal. Nongshim, they're going to collect themselves this outer turret on the bottom side, but Rift Herald might be able to get 2 turrets, which is, I think, a bit of a bigger deal. As alright, Equalizer just to clear out the wave, but it doesn't clear the Rift Herald. Now Kingan's going to get knocked up. Fate's Call for another knock-up as he gets handshook and destroyed. Xiu gets his revenge as he's now level 11 on this on, feeling a lot better.
Hang out in the area, maybe look for a steal here. Gideon does have flash, but
I don't think so, man. Have any right to go for it exactly.
I mean, maybe if somebody bathed weird here, is down now, so that's a big zoning tool. And Gideon is ready to look for a potential steal here. This is not a secure by any means for Dplus. They're going to have to look for a fight or a turn.
Yep, Gio's now back with the rest of the team. Is Calix on a bit of a flank angle. This is going to be a 50-50. The Equalizer goes down. There are Rams everywhere. My goodness, what happened at the farm as the Fate's Call is going to come through to get Beryl out of dodge. Xiu's in trouble, but he flashes to get out of the way. Beryl is in a really rough spot. The Lands is also, as he's taken down exceptionally low. Oh God, the 5 versus 5 alcove gaming is going to ensue. The health bars on DK are so low, but they're still just going to try and walk it off. Xiu's health bar is decent as Xiu gets the knock-up. Calix is going to get closed in on by Lucid, who's just looking for the 1v1 into the Silas, and maybe he's going to be able to do it. He finds the win, becomes lightning, and how are DK still alive?
Oh, Lucid might just get out too. King,
oh, the flash forward from King, and BS knocked up. Lucid is a god. This guy doesn't make sense. He will die in the end, but he saved that whole fight for DK.
Yeah, let's see if anyone else can get out here. I mean, they're chasing deep. I don't know if Nongshim should be actually going this far into this situation. I
don't think DK should be walking back.
Yeah, no, you got out. You got out. Showmaker does show up here, TP'd in.
Yeah, Seismic Shove does nothing at all, but Lance is still going to be dead. They do get Beryl, so it's a 1-for-1, but now in this 2v2, I'm feeling like DK are feeling happy about it. There it is, the double for aiming, and the surprise Teemo face for DK, as that was an ace for a couple of seconds.
And he gets another knock up here when Kingan goes in. This audaciously charges him and knocks him up. He still dies, but he takes the rumble out, which really shapes how the rest of this fight.
Wait, is this free soul? Yeah, I guess it's free soul. Build a wall, take a dragon.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, easiest Cloud Soul of their lives. As Snare going to connect. As alright, the Ram is going to get called. We'll see what Xiu can make of it as Lens goes in. The follow-up is a little bit late, but the Equalizer is still fantastic. The hostile takeover is even better. 3-man knockup from Xiu, but still they are cooking. They are getting murdered as Gideon gets into that backline. Lucid and Xiu are still up, but they've lost everyone else. Nongshim still managed to make it an even trade after losing the Drake, and I say even, Gideon's still dead.
I mean, it's still, ends up being a fairly close game here in terms of gold, but the Cloud Soul value is going to be
against the Noodles.
All right, Calix left alone here. We'll try to clear this wave.
Sorry about the cast curse. Seismic Shove is going to come through. Never mind, it's a Calix by himself. The flash forward from Beryl to find the handshake and get the kill. My goat right there is now Xiu could be in a bunch of trouble. The Ram is going to come through though, and he doesn't get the knock-up, so still will be going down. That could have been really cute, but that's a great interruption.
And with the kill on the Ornn there, it's not like Dplus can take this Baron for free. It's going to have to be a fight, but they have Weaver's Wall. And it's been every single objective Nongshim has been second to. Like every single one, and they don't get to dictate the pace. And so Dplus have all the options here. Showmaker's Wall is the first.
Yeah, he's going to build that wall. The Equalizer is helping DK take this Baron right now, as the wall will come down. Gideon's going to make it a 50-50, but it's the Rend that locks it down. And then the Monkey dies. Lucid gets into that backline, and Beryl is going to join in with the Fate's Call. Lands in so much trouble, and aiming is throwing sticks all over the place. Xiu, the last man standing once again, and he'll get shoved seismically into the death chamber.
Dplus,
DK, I think this might be the end of the game.
I think so. Their objective control with this early game comp, the bottom side control they played through was brilliant. All 4 dragons to them, and a Baron to boot. It's never a 50-50 when you've got a Kalista with those sticks in the Baron. Gideon tried his best there, but he won't win it in the end. And Dplus off to a confident start here.
Yep. There is another wall. You can build that, but DK, they have the ability to knock it down as they have this on. First Nexus turret going to go down. Still waiting on Kingan and Xiu to respawn, and I think the Nexus is not long for the world. However, DK do need to win another fight, and in fact, they just will. That's a decent way to do it. Next is going to go down, and Kingen not even allowed to try and fight back. TK